Good morning. Welcome, everyone. On behalf of the IAA and our dedicated staff, I'm truly delighted to welcome you to our 2022 Investment Advisor Compliance Conference. It is really wonderful to see so many of you here. I can't tell you how happy I am to be here with you. One of the best aspects of this conference is seeing old friends and making new ones, and we've been missing that personal connection for the last 2 years. Virtual works well, but it is just not the same. I know for many of you, and a lot of us have been talking about this out and about here, the last time you saw each other was at this conference in March 2020, and this may have even been the last meeting or conference that you've been to in the last 2 years. A kind of pair of bookends in some ways, or at least I hope this one is a bookend. We still do want to be careful and respect everyone's preferences for contact or space, so please note the ribbons that people are wearing and interact accordingly. We want to do what we can to keep everyone safe and healthy and meet people where they are. This has obviously been a challenging 2 years on so many levels for all of us, and it has only gotten more intense with Ukraine and world events. I and our entire team are grateful to be part of this wonderful community and for your support and flexibility as we adapt to ever-changing conditions and circumstances. You'll see some of that adaptability as we welcome our first 2 speakers on screen. This conference comes at a time of many significant policy developments and a dynamic regulatory landscape. In the last few weeks, regulators have issued a wave of new proposals that will have a big impact on your firms and your clients. Our program this year highlights the complexity of these changes and the challenges that all of you face daily. We obviously did not know when we planned the program that we would need a session to discuss how you are handling Russian sanctions, divestments, and all of those implications, but we're here together. Take this opportunity to talk with your peers and the experts in the room during breaks and over lunch. One of the IAA's missions is to educate policymakers about the challenges that you face. We engage in ongoing and constructive dialogue with Congress, the SEC, the Department of Labor, and other regulators. We want to make sure that they understand how the rules and decisions that they make affect your businesses and your clients and investors generally. We'll discuss some of the IAA's policy initiatives throughout this panel, throughout the various panels. I strongly encourage all of you to get involved. Get involved with our advocacy efforts. Ensure that your perspectives are included in our conversations with policymakers. Come chat with any of us on the IAA team now, during this conference or later, to ask how to get involved. I'm very excited about the program and the dialogue we'll have over the next 2 days. We've had a lot of support in planning this program. The support has come from our planning committee and our terrific staff, as well as our sponsors, and I'd like you to join me in recognizing them. I'd like to thank Baker & McKenzie for a wonderful reception last night. That was really great. We're looking, yeah, really. We're looking forward to the reception this evening, sponsored by ACA Group, and to lunch tomorrow, sponsored by Ropes & Gray. Thank you also to our session sponsors, Optima Partners, OneTrust, and Right Size Solutions. And check out your lanyards, sponsored by Red Oak Compliance. We also appreciate education sponsor K&L Gates for underwriting student attendance at this conference. We appreciate the generous support of all of these sponsors. We also have a great group of exhibitors showcasing all sorts of innovative ideas to help you in your business. Their names appear on the screen beside me. Please visit them in the exhibit area and play exhibitor bingo to get a free registration to our conference next year. I'm very pleased to say that all of our sponsors and exhibitors support the IAA as associate members. A word about continuing education. This year, we will continue the practice of using code words instead of paper forms. Please listen for the words in each session. We have CLE, CPE, CFP, and IACCP credit available. IACCP stands for Investment Advisor Certified Compliance Professional. I know a lot of you in the room have the certificate. Just a show of hands, who here has the IACCP? Great. For those of you who don't, please ask them about this terrific training program for compliance personnel. We co-sponsor it with NRS. You can learn more about it at the NRS table in the exhibit hall. As always, we have an excellent group of speakers. They have all put in significant time and effort to make sure that each panel is valuable to you. I'm really grateful to them, and I want to particularly thank our speakers from the SEC. They are not obligated to speak at this conference. They take time from their busy schedules for outreach to investment advisors, and especially compliance personnel. We truly appreciate their public service and their willingness to share their insights with our members and compliance personnel more broadly. We have a terrific planning committee who put together this conference for you. Many of these folks have attended the conference for years and are frequent speakers. We thank them for their work to help ensure the success of this program. If you're in the room, please stand and be recognized. Scott Barber from Focus Financial Partners, Rob Burks from Brown Capital Management, Gretchen Lee, I see you over there, stand up, from Clifford Swan Investment Counselors, Bob Toner from William Blair Investment Management, and Melanie Mayo West from LSIA. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you to all of our great planning committee. And I'd like especially to thank the chair of the planning committee, John Hadfield, Chief Compliance Officer for Vanguard Global Advisors. Last year, you saw John on screen in the studio live as the rest of us were remote. John will be your MC again this year, and I'm so happy that we're both on stage together now. So please join me in thanking John and the planning committee for their contributions to the program, and I'll turn it over to John.
Thanks, Karen, and good morning, everyone. How great is it to be here in person? I've already had handshakes and hugs. It's great to be back. I'm really excited that we're able to be in the same room with one another this year. It was a little lonely in the studio last year, and I suspect it was probably lonely in your home office as well.
I told John we're going to feed him better this year.
For sure. One thing that is the same this year, though, is that the IAA has produced a compelling program for you. The IAA staff and planning committee developed the program with you and your firm in mind. That's led to the jam-packed content you see today. We have a terrific lineup planned with something for everyone. Thank you to the staff and my fellow planning committee members for your tireless work to get us here. In addition to the substantive sessions, the Compliance Conference offers all of us a fantastic opportunity to connect. Catching up with old friends and meeting new peers from around the industry is an important part of this conference. Through the years, I found that I learned invaluable insights from those conversations and make some pretty good new friends along the way. Speaking of new friends, I'd encourage each of you to introduce yourself to the IAA staff. Share your solutions, your challenges, and how you can get involved in their advocacy and working groups. The IAA is working hard for all of us to make your voices heard. Turning back to our program, this year we have 4 different breakout sessions: the marketing rule, trading, regulatory, and back to basics. Feel free to track one of those through the whole way or mix and match. And if you have trouble deciding, these are all recorded so you can watch them later on when it's convenient for you. We also have a conference app. It provides everything you need to know about the conference, whether it's speaker bios or conference materials, evaluations, and you can even take notes on it. So this may go by the wayside. Before we go any further, let me give you the first code word for the continuing education credit. This is for Director Bird Thistle's session. The word is prize.